Welcome to Into the Melding, a Firefall podcast, episode 5. I'm Lemons.
I am Nakiato. You guys know who I am. I do podcasts. I do live streams. I am now a part of Community of Chaos, so I stream with them because they're awesome, and you should watch them.
I feel like you're just a tiny bit biased. I don't know why. It's weird.
I don't know.
Maybe it's just a little.
Yeah.
I'm Jerkon4. I do news on bronzon.com, post around on Reddit, play games, and do other stuff.
And I'm Darkzism. I'm the leader of the RAR army and also maintainer of the RAR4Firefall.com website.
Rawr.
Everybody has like a website or something except for me.
I see you, baby.
I don't do anything like that.
Shaking
Well,
that
what I want to
ass.
do is I think I'm gonna try to pick up my blog and do like written stuff, because I just don't have a face for video, or a voice for video, or anything like that. Yeah, see, Nakiato agrees.
I love
So yeah,
it.
maybe I'll try to resurrect my blog. I have a blog from a while ago. I need to have something that like I post to regularly, because like everybody has one. And Luke and Doc, your website, I was looking at it, is actually pretty cool. He has a pretty cool website.
Yeah, well, the design I did make was from Chris, who was the first leader of the RAR army, and he created the art. I just kind of copied it.
You copied it.
No, I just reused
Oh, no.
it for the new site. I kind of reset it up because it was a bit
What he really wants to
outdated.
say
And
but can't is that he stole it.
no, he gave me all the artwork because Chris currently doesn't play Firefall anymore, but I'm still more or less actively playing, and I took over the RAR army, and with it the whole site and the whole backend.
Mm. Congratulations.
Thank you.
I remember the first time you actually like commented on one of my posts way back when. It was actually over on the Firefall fans website, and it was
Yeah.
just some random like tips video, and I was just like, oh, that's sweet, that's nice. I like this guy. I'm gonna like all of his comments. So every time I saw your post after that, I was like that shit. Hmm. Support people
Yeah,
that
that's
like
great.
me.
I wonder
Yeah,
why.
I've seen
I feel like you might be
quite a
kind
few
of
videos of
biased.
I might be just a little bit self-absorbed, but
It's okay. We like that about you.
yeah, some people like it, some people not so much. I don't really care though. I find stuff entertaining, so my life seems entertaining to me. So I make jokes about it, and I talk, and I do things. Yeah. I don't know. Somebody else talk. I don't know what the hell to say. Stop looking at me.
Okay, let's jump right into it, and let's talk about the event. The what is it called again? It's the Chosen Offensive that happened on Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
Did all of you participate?
I only got like half an hour, so I was having some problem then. But it's going to be up this next coming Sunday, and hopefully it's going to be a weekly deal. So
That would be awesome, especially if they keep
If
up
they
with
do.
the 7 days of VIP. Because right now I'm sitting on like 2 months of VIP, so as long as I can keep coming on Sundays, I'll just have unlimited VIP. I'll never have to worry about it.
So
Yeah,
I would have
but,
liked to participate, but for one, I was sleeping because I work graveyard, and they stuck it in the freaking morning, and I was just like, They're like, that's right in the middle of my. I go to sleep an hour and a half before that. I can't. No. And then also the other reason why is because I actually haven't been able to play Firefall for about a week and a half. Their update that added all of the fun stuff, like the new encounters and whatnot. It made it so if you have more than like 50 friends, you lag.
that
You
should have
lag
been
really,
fixed.
really bad.
That was
And,
fixed in the hotfix.
It was fixed in the hotfix that came out like 2 days ago. But again, like I work. Yesterday was my Friday, so I finally have time off. So I'm probably gonna maybe stream tonight because I haven't been to sleep today yet. So if
Again.
you can't tell, yeah. Well, that's what happens when it's your Friday and you're just like, yes, I got shit to do. Like I got an ultrasound I got to go do with my wife, and I got, this to do. I got this to set up. I had this video I had to record and edit, and so on and so forth. And now I'm finally sitting down and doing a goddamn podcast, and then I have to go to my brother's birthday after this, and
Got a packed schedule.
oh yeah, yeah.
Uh,
Oh, man, I'm so tired. And
See,
then tonight,
I feel like
and
life should just get out of the way for playing video games, and everybody should just play video games nonstop, 24/7.
But
That's your
then
life.
everyone's gonna starve to death.
and then
Oh,
nobody would watch me ever. So no. Damn. Uh, yeah. But I might stream tonight. Maybe, possibly. I don't know. Maybe. I know for a fact. Oh man. So at work, I have nothing better to do than do paperwork and then kind of just sit there and watch Twitch streams all night because my job's awesome and I get to sit at a desk and just watch YouTube videos and stuff. Um, this one guy, Norgs, he's actually streaming Firefall tonight, and he is an awesome dude. He's a comedian in real life. So if you guys want to watch some Firefall streamers tonight, /NORG0Z, dude's really cool. I'd check him out. Shameless plug for that guy.
Good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, let's get into this for the people who could, and I like the idea of this event, but I don't like how it was implemented because luckily for me, I don't ever work Saturday Sundays, and I don't ever go to school on Sundays, so it's not a problem for me to show up for an hour or whatever and get the rewards. But for other
I
people
hate you.
like Nakiato, they can't show up and then they lose out on the rewards just because they don't happen to be available in the 3 hour for an hour of time within the 3 hour gap. That kind of sucks. So I'd like to see maybe a wider window of some sort or something,
I'd
so
like to
that
see it as more of like a 2-day event with stuff going
or
every
that.
like couple hours. Just because setting it as one time isn't going to work for a lot of people.
Kind of like every week they change the day, and each day it goes on during 3 separate time slots for 2 hours.
Like that.
That way, it's
That's a
not too
good
bad
idea.
on the servers continuously, but it can still be done by most people.
Good man.
Yeah,
So I still
something
managed
that
to
so
get
that
in.
yeah, something so that people aren't restricted just based on real life getting in the way. Because
Hi,
honestly,
Sludge.
I could see people having problems. Bludge, welcome. Um, but I sat down for a little bit over an hour. I made sure I got the rewards, because I wanted the decal and the war paint and all that stuff. So I did
That's a nifty
participate.
looking decal.
It's an okay detail. It's not a fantastic one. And the paint, I had just bought the Blood Falcons paint with my extra red beans that I had from buying the digital deluxe pack, and then this thing comes out and it's free and it's almost identical to the Blood Falcons, and I'm like, Blood Falcons is such a good but expensive skin that now that they've made something very similar that's free, I'm kind of like,
Hey, you want to know
I
what?
lucked out.
You put money towards supporting the developers, okay? Now they
Yeah.
get to go buy some Kraken rum with that. So
Yes.
yeah,
Probably
Lucas
they
knows
mix
what's
Important
it
up.
up.
part's the
They
rum.
take it and they mix it. Um, and I
Old
liked
joke.
the hecticness of it. If Terracon and Doc System, you guys at least showed up for the event for at least a little bit, right?
Yeah, I got a couple minutes in only, but
Yeah.
I was
Oh,
able
really?
to shoot some chosen for a few minutes. It was pretty
I
much
played
non-stop chosen while I was in.
Yeah.
See, I liked the event, but see, I'm going to talk as much as I can because I actually had a decent amount of time with this event. It felt like a lot of the people, especially very early in the game, from like levels 1 to 10, they just didn't get any events at all. Because like most of my frames are 1 to 10, the only ones that aren't are my Firecat and my Recluse. I couldn't do much of anything with them. Like the tower all the way up in the upper right hand corner got attacked a couple times, it seemed like, but there wasn't a whole lot of events going on, which I kind of didn't like, especially if new people, were, oh, this looks like a cool event, and they show up and there's no events around me. It kind of sucks for them. And it seemed like events ended way too soon. Like if you didn't immediately start going for it, and you want within reasonable distance of it, just forget about it. You're just not going to get to it in time. And when the chosen pods would fall, they would just be destroyed. Most of the time, they'd be destroyed before they even
They
spawn as
even get
chosen.
chosen
So
out.
right,
The problem
and
is,
that's
right, it
it's
has a problem.
really
Right
annoying when
now,
you actually want to fight chosen.
you have a whole bunch of people with this event, okay? That is, you get a whole bunch of people together to fight a whole bunch of chosen. But right now, mechanically, the chosen, when you have a whole bunch of them versus a whole bunch of people, the players are always going to win because we have AoE spamming. Beyond a certain extent, it doesn't matter how many more chosen you add, the players are just going to kill them all just as fast. But they stop being a problem for the players. What they need for large events like this to have a whole bunch of players grouping together to kill chosen in the open world is they need more chosen boss types of things. Developers running around as the special chosen with cowboy hats and stuff are kind of like that, but they need more, like giant executioner dudes or something like, a super siege breaker, or better yet, an actual tank. I want a tank. I want a chosen tank. I made a sketch of one. It's giant. It's got spinning saw blades, so it still hovers. Giant particle cannon like deal. Spent way too long thinking about this, but either way, the chosen just needs something that can't be easily focused down by a lot of people, but is a danger to large numbers of people as well as small numbers.
Oh, yeah. No, one
Yeah.
one thing that I would like to see is back when I played Allods, the GMs used to do something like this. Um, what they would do is they would spawn in a big raid boss every now and then, and it's probably like once every 2 weeks or so. All of the GMs would hop on and they'd say like, "Hey, come kill me, I dare you," and then they would just spawn like raid boss type mobs, and just big meat shield kind of thing, and they just nuke you, and it was great. It was like easily 100 people just trying to kill this open world raid boss while the GM's just like healing it or killing everybody else and stuff like that. Like, I would love to see something like that in Firefall, some kind of um, event where it's just like, I dare you to try and take us on. Like, come on, bring it, bro, bring it. You know, so do that. I'd have fun.
I'd like to see the things have like 10 or 20 times more health, the little pods that come down, and have it so that it's not so easy to kill them, and have it so that it scales better. Because if you happen to get an event with, 5 people at it, you don't really want to scale them up too much. But then if there's 100 people, you obviously want them to have some serious health to them, or else they're just gonna all die as soon as they come out.
Is that one Dreadnought perk
And
or something that makes it so that if you harden skin or something, the idea that if you get shot, you'll be more resilient to attacks for a short while afterwards. If they could make it so during these events, the Chosen have something like that, so that if there's a ton of attacks coming at them, it stacks down to like 30% damage. That way, if there's a lot of people, they're still doing more damage because they're all there, but it doesn't get quite as ludicrous as it currently does. That would be like an
Yeah.
inner rim fix that doesn't require a whole bunch of major content making for new enemies and stuff.
Hey Lucas, you got some words of wisdom towards this conversation?
Yeah, well, it's I haven't been able to fight one of the devs on the event because, well, they hit very well, and I I just ran around during the event. But a few more encounters would be nice, and I guess they said something on the stream that there will be, or on the blog post that they will be have better, higher damage for the death chosens, which will balance a bit more the whole thing. So that will be interesting, I guess.
Yeah, I would like to see how they balance stuff like the developer chosen and stuff like that.
and have it had did any of you get to fight any devs while you were
Not
playing
While I
the
this
was
time
event?
sleeping,
around.
while I was comfy in my bed, no, I didn't. I
Yeah.
dreamed about Frank, but other than that, darn.
I want to
You do
focus
that
to here. I
every
wanted
night
to get a
anyways.
chance.
So.
I know. I
I, w-
just love Frank so much. He's so cuddly, you know.
I just
Unless
want
they've
to kill
changed
Phobos.
it noticeably from last time, my experience was that while it's pretty fun, they are massive. Obviously, they have a ton of health, so it can take absolute ages to bring them down, even with a whole bunch of people. But they were somewhat balanced into one regard that, like, 1 versus 1, I could survive against a dev for a good 20 minutes. One time I was just Tiger Claw, me versus a dev. The dev can fly. The dev has a powerful gun, but that dev couldn't shoot that well at moving aerial targets. And since, Tiger Claws can pretty much permanently fly, they used to at least back when they first did that event, I was pretty much just the two of us flying around duking at each other. Then he'd go and he'd try and take over an outpost, and I'd try and stop him. And it was really fun. When we were confined in quarters, he beat the crap out of me a bit more, but it's fun.
So redacted. Um, their guns are interesting mechanically. They're not meant for single target. Or at least the developer chosen guns. They're not meant for single target. They're meant for like spamming groups of people.
They're just meant for setting the ground on fire and looking pretty.
Pretty much. That was the entire reason that they were made like that. If you're a sniper or something like that, like you can take them out pretty easily. But they made them with that in mind, so that the developers just don't go around killing the same or killing everybody, pretty much wiping the floor with everybody. So they gave them weapons that are pretty inaccurate and stuff like that. So, which I do like,
that makes sense,
because
but
that just gives us a fighting chance. Unless we're in waves of a cord and we're coming after them, then it's just like it's shooting fish in a barrel at that point. So.
Yeah, that's kind of. I think that's the reason why they up the damage on their weapons, because otherwise it's just, if there's so many and they do little damage, it's just they have to run away and are always on the run, and can't kill people fast enough that would come at
And
them.
when they're that fast and can so easily run away, it's annoying, especially for new players who don't have all the perks for speed or a LGV, because you're just trailing behind as everyone else leaves you in the dust. That wasn't very fun.
Yeah. Well, it was like freaking a programmer. It was programmer. Yeah. The night that the servers were going down, me and the rest of AOD, we decided to hop onto one shard where programmer and a couple other people that we know were. I think JB Will was there too, and programmer killed me like 8 times. And I was only online for like an hour, so I was just like, "Come on, man! Like, really? You're gonna spam into this group of people, and you're gonna kill me every time? Like, you prick!" But
You
it was
have
cool. It was cool.
Prominent name. Everyone knows you.
Hey, look! It's that slow dragonfly. Look at him. He thinks he's cool. Yeah, Macchiato, huh? Nope. Poof. Oh, crap.
He was
Thanks.
just hoping that you were streaming or doing YouTube video, so it would show you how you were humiliated.
I recorded it too, and then I decided, nope, not putting this online. Like, I'll keep this in my backlog, but I'm not putting this online. Like, half of it was loading screen, or was death screen, and the other half of it was just like lag, because there was so much shit going on that you just couldn't do anything. Because when the servers were going down that night, they were doing more than just killing us as chosen. They were making the sun spin around the skybox, and they were making the earth just shake, ridiculously, so you can't even look around. They were like deleting POIs, so the entire map got covered by melding, killing like everybody and chosen all over the place, like easily. Like 300 chosen just swarming Copacabana. Like, it was insanity. It was so much fun, though. It's sad that we'll never see something like that again. I would really love to see something like that again.
Now, see, the problem I had with the developer chosen fights in the event was that, at least for the one that I showed up for, I only saw one in my hour and 20 minutes, whatever I played of it. I had only seen one developer, and it was somebody I actually hadn't heard of before. And it wasn't very interesting. He didn't seem like he was much of a threat. Like, there was people getting hit, but then people were just like regenning back up. Which kind of made it so that it was just kind of this thing where he had, 20 million hit points or whatever, and people were just kind of drill him until he died, and there wasn't that feeling of, is he gonna take me out next? Am I gonna have to revive this guy? And it just didn't. I don't know. It wasn't. I like the idea of it, but I think it was executed um poorly.
It'd be great if they added some kind of Bane Claw mechanic to the developers. So if like there's a certain amount of accord or players around them, it increases their health by a certain percentage. Because that's how old Baneclaw worked, was every time, or if you had more than 25 players, for every one player it increased his health and his damage by a percent. So if you had an extra, like,
worked.
yeah, well, it worked really, really well the first month, and then after that, not so much. But if they could add that to the developer chosen, so when they're running around, they run into a group of two people. Those two people have a nice chance. If they run into a group of 30 people, they still have the same chance, just more people to try and kill them.
But the problem is that then when it's like there's 5 people fighting a dev, they're going to hate it when 50 other people come by and suddenly their shots don't mean squat. Because everything you do has got the ups and the downs. In my opinion, the biggest difference is that when they've got that much health and you're fighting that many people at once, the big problem is that there's one dev to like 100 players usually.
Yeah.
That's
One
the
versus
problem.
100.
So you need to find ways to make it so that like the dev can spawn something, like he has something like, say devs have their shields, okay, that is how they have all their health. Make it so that every time you shoot them a certain amount, a shield unit falls off. The dev then stays and tries to protect that thing in the area, but the idea is that that thing is vulnerable for a limited amount of time or something, so that when players can attack it, it doesn't matter how many there are, they can destroy it when it's there, but you have a short amount of time before it can fall off again. This way, a lot of players can't instantly kill them, but this way a small number can still feel like they're doing something. There just needs to be something, in my opinion, so people feel progress, even when there's not 500 people, and at that point you feel like you don't mean anything. Not 500 people, but you get my point.
Okay, so the other event that's kind of going on right now is the Crossfire. What are you guys' experiences with the Crossfire events?
Fun. They are
Yeah,
very fun.
I was quite surprised when I first ran into them randomly in the open world. It was just like, oh, there are some people shooting each other, and then I realized, oh, that's this Crossfire event. It was quite fun.
I'm a big. You guys know I'm a big event guy. If you you would be hard pressed to spawn so many events that I'm like, this is too many of dynamic events spawning. I don't like this. You have to spawn a crap ton of them. Even during the Chosen, I thought I could have used more events during the Chosen Assault. Or so I love events. So any additional events, especially since these ones are a little bit more they're different. So you don't have your basic Clash Thumper, Crash LVG, whatever. You have these new events, which I love.
Sir, you need to be playing Dynasty Warriors. Just putting that out there. Need more enemies. 500 enemies.
That game is fun. I will definitely give it that.
It's entertaining.
I've never actually played
Illumina.
it. I need to sit down and play some.
Hey, we got a question. Or we got someone that said something. Illumina. It's almost like the devs have hundreds of thousands of HP, can fly forever, can summon pods, have mega cannon, and can spam napalm grenades. Yes. Dev hacks all around. Literally just like one menu button will turn on, like, you can spam your abilities. You can fly. You have infinite energy, and so on and so forth. I think they've announced this, so I could say stuff like that. But yes, those are things that exist, and they are entertaining. They're funny. I mean, they're not fun when you're on the receiving end of just like constant barrage of abilities and stuff, but they're funny to watch.
Well, and they help to make the 1 versus 100 fights more interesting. Because if you were playing one regular person against 100 regular people, that's no fun. That's not interesting. That's not something that everybody's gonna be like, ooh, that sounds really interesting. But if you have the one guy with the hit points of 1,000 people, and he has 2 second he has 2 second cooldowns on all of his skills, and he spawns all these AoE everywhere, and all this stuff. That's interesting. So I don't have a problem with the devs having those powers by any stretch of the imagination, as long as they don't abuse them, obviously.
It's all about responsibility and moderation. It's just like
Because remember,
drinking,
with
you
great
know?
power comes great responsibility.
Yeah, if you know you're going to be driving a car, don't drink. If you know that you can only drink 2 beers at a time before you get drunk, don't have 12. Stuff like that. Responsibility.
Or hard cider
Oh.
too.
Oh, I got whiskey.
We need to do at
So
some point
far
a
away.
drinking show.
We need to set up a drinking game. So if we say some particular word on accident, that means that someone's got to take a shot or something.
It's about
We
the
We need to get better
Crossfire
at staying
event.
on topic.
Yeah. About
We
the
already
Crossfire
have.
event, they said that it will be permanently after the chosen offensive event, but they said it
Mhm.
will only be in Devil Tusk. But I have seen some, I think, in Coral Forest, or was that just
I
me
think
overlooking
it's
There's some
something?
in Sir Talon stuff right now, but
yeah.
they won't have all of them in forever, nonstop. Though they'll probably bring the event back at some point to include everything, maybe with some new stuff eventually. But yeah,
Hmm.
What he said.
what I said,
Or which
whatever
direction is that
happened
on the
to be.
stream? I'm looking at Skype
For
right now. Hold on.
you, I think you should look
That
down right to see me.
that
Yeah,
one
there.
right. Wait, is
Wait,
that?
so for me,
Yeah.
yeah,
Uh-huh.
that's.
That one.
Oh, wait, is that? No,
What the
wait,
hell is
that's
up with this Skype logo?
down
Like
right.
the hell? Go away. Shoo.
That way. You're that way, so yeah, down right for you.
Oh. Oh, okay. No, it's going in the opposite direction. Okay, so I got to point that way,
Yeah,
and
there you
it's
go.
Yeah.
that Skype logo right there. Yeah. Why is it backwards? This is stupid.
No,
I
you
get
can
easily
change it in the
distracted. I'm
settings
sorry.
if you want.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
We can continue to actually talk about the game now.
Did you get any weapon drops from the Crossfire events? I didn't get any, or I didn't remember that I got any.
Haven't
I
gotten
haven't
any
gotten.
special drops or anything, no.
Yeah, I haven't
I've just
gotten
been
any
getting the,
drops that really.
daily, do them a certain amount and get the basic stuff.
I
That's
got
all
Yeah, I
it
didn't
lag.
get
is.
I got lots of lag.
lag. That's the
Speaking of
ultimate.
I
which,
That's
have
the
daily
too
do
ultimate
many
skill,
get, I'll
right?
friends.
give
Okay,
Will
I'm
some more stuff.
sorry.
Lag. It's the ultimate skill that can be used by any class, and it instantly cripples your opponent. Uh, yeah, lag. I don't know why it's been lagging, but I have a feeling that they're investigating it. I've never known Red 5 just be like, "Oh, there's lag. Pfft, that sucks. Sucks to be you." We'll see. We'll see in a couple months when it mysteriously disappears. I'm sure they're working
Uh,
on it.
to
When we've got
answer Ellie down there. Sorry, I just joined the stream. Can any question be asked, or is it just subject specific? We have a set schedule on what we want to talk about, but if you have a question, ask
just
it.
ask. It's not like we're following our schedule anyway.
Yeah, we get so distracted that I just stopped everybody else from talking so I could answer you. So
And right
I
after we got
love.
back on track for the third
Mhm.
time.
Yep.
Yep.
I love commenters. I will talk with chat all day. So if you want to talk, if you want to ask us questions, do it. Okay, we can get back to
Okay.
Firefall. Yeah.
Okay. So the 1.1 update. This is the first the first major update after 1.0 after the release. What did they bring to the table? They brought the new plasma flat cannon. They brought the new bioinjector. Have any of you guys used these weapons since the patch?
I played them on the PCS. The flat cannon is interesting. It's very situational though. Like
Okay.
its main fire is it's a weapon blast that can bounce, so kind of like the alt fire on Firecat, but it only goes a certain distance before it explodes. So uh, if you're fighting something like a what's a class that has to stay in the air a lot? I don't know, an assault.
Assault.
Sure,
Yeah.
we'll go with
So
assault.
yeah.
If you're fighting an assault that just is hovering around like a mother and you can't actually hit them, this is good because it just explodes into an AOE thing in the sky. So that's nice, but that's why it's situational. If you're fighting an assault close range, great. If you're not, if you're fighting something else, you're screwed. And then
It
it's
still
right
detonates if
click.
you hit the person early, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay.
So
So
if you hit the
then you
person
just it's
early, you
effectively
still.
direct hit required. It doesn't have the general AoE like shoot the ground and you'll splash to them. So for closer fights, you just don't have that with this gun, pretty much.
Yeah. But its right click is a boost, so you boost in the direction that you're pointed. So think of it as a very, 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 very mini afterburner. Only it doesn't have a satisfying sound. It doesn't have a satisfying feel. And I don't mean this in a bad way. Like, this is stuff that can be improved. It needs a good sound to it. It needs a good feel. I think it needs to go a little bit longer and maybe have some kind of like internal cooldown on it or something,
Just
just so
make
it
it so it
can't be
uses
spam.
more ammo in exchange for more power. Or like you can hold it down to charge up so that a small thing can shoot you forward. Just like a
Yeah,
small thing will really
no,
quickly tap you, but if you
I like that
suck up
idea.
all your ammo into it, you can actually use it for like a good half afterburner. That said,
Yeah,
I'm a fan of the idea of it actually blasting out a giant charge in front of you that knocks you backwards instead of forward, but that's
no,
just
that's
something I thought might be
that's
fun.
nice. I like that idea.
That'd be
That's
nice.
a
Yeah.
good one.
The scaling part I can think is good. The other one I think a lot of people would find annoying.
Yeah. But overall, like it's just an okay weapon. It's if you're in the certain circumstance where it is nice, like if you're an assault fighting an assault, then awesome. If you're
But the assault,
anything
if you're
else,
fighting an actual player, they're just going to know to go to the ground and go to the area where that's really hard to hit with this weapon is the problem.
you're overestimating people's
Okay, if you're
competence
fighting
in PvP.
competent people,
Yeah, which there aren't very many in Firefall. A
like
lot of the
Broken
players that we have right
Peninsula, you
now are
don't have
very like, oh, Broken
Broken
Peninsula
Peninsula.
proves to you that there are very few people that actually know what they are doing in PvP, and those people will utterly rape you. Um, oh, that's so much fun getting sniped from so far away by like Superior or Shapiro or someone along those lines, and you're just like, well, crap. I'm gonna
Mammoth
log out
heavy
and
armor,
try and jump
Thunderdome,
servers.
Pelletary shot.
um, but the other weapon, the injector,
Flank. Oh, the injector. Yeah.
I only got to play around with it for like 5 minutes. It didn't have a sound when I played around with it. It didn't do anything particular. Like, it was weird though. Every shot used up like 4 ammo or something like that, and that was right click and left click. So it's just like, why not just scale it so you have less ammo? Like, why am I using 4 rounds at a time? But that might have just been because it wasn't all adjusted and everything just yet. So I have not played with the actual version that's in the game right now.
I
Yeah, no,
haven't
that's my
tried it
experience.
at all, so I don't know how it's like.
Yeah. Has anybody used the bioinjector? I feel like the bioinjector would
Nope.
be more. That's more of what I wanted for the recluse. Like I would have liked the primary of that to be replaced with the primary of the biocross bow.
Oh, dude, the
So that I
bio
put.
crossbow's primary is awesome.
It's wicked. That's
No,
one
I'm
of the
not saying it's
best.
bad, but I would rather it be like almost like instead of like almost like a sniper rifle, have it be more like a semi-auto rifle, and have the poison ticks on the primary. But that's just me. I love dots. I am a big fan of dots. So you give me more dots, and I'm like, woo, more dots. Like how you can build. I think you can build on the plasma flat cannon. I believe you can build bioactive, and then you can poison them and set them on fire at the same time. I'm like, that's something that I want. But in
Yeah,
theory,
no. So this is actually something that made the dynamic of perks a little weird. So we now have elemental weapons. So we have poison, we have thermal, we have energy. Is it energy?
beam,
Electricity. What the hell is it? What's the third one?
beam. That's like the like Star Wars
Thermal, bioactive, electrical. Then for
Electrical.
secondaries, you have beam, microplasma, and
Yeah.
then for the grenades, you have
Oh,
tri, quad, and
I
cluster.
I don't even care about the secondaries, but the primaries, that's my main concern here.
So
So,
electrical, bioactive, and thermal.
yep. So we have perks that really make poison abilities and weapons awesome. And we have perks that just are meh for like thermal. Something needs to be changed. Something needs to be balanced in the perks to where having either one of the three is a nice option. As of right now, the best one is poison because that's the one that has the most perks to change the way
They
the
seriously
outcome.
buff it in a major way.
Yeah,
Yeah.
buff thermal.
But they
Electrical,
Buff,
you
also
can have the arcing with electrical. You can get that with the perks and stuff, and there's some just flat out damage increases, but it's still not to the same extent as with poison. But yeah,
but they had
I'm trying to think
also
of what
to
frame you put them
hotfix.
on.
They had to hotfix one of the perks because it was using, like, it was way over the lines where it did deal damage to the others. So they had to reduce it 40%, which is quite
yeah,
a lot.
catalytic poison. They reduced by 40%.
um. So yeah, so we have a whole bunch of new types of weapons, and I'm interested to see. Can you craft the flak cannon or the bioinjector, or
I don't know.
is that drops only?
I haven't touched crafting since
Uh,
1.0 came out, and I
See,
still get super excited about that to this day. I'm just like, yes, I don't have to touch crafting. I do a little dance, get all
now watch
happy.
them make a new weapon type that is account bound on creation and is crafting, and you're like, no.
I'm gonna
to my
punch you in the
knowledge, you
nuts.
cannot craft those two new
In
weapons yet because you can't
the
find the recipes.
nuts.
That kind of sucks. I'd like to be able to what I'd like for crafting is to have different modules. Like you build the base assault rifle or whatever, but then you can buy like a beam extension to the assault rifle, so then you can create a beam assault rifle like out of it. I'd like people to see, some like module kind of stuff. Because like I got a blue assault rifle with beam, and I love hard hitting, slow firing weapons like AK kind of guns, which fires a little bit slower than most other guns, but it hits a little bit
Slow
harder.
fire but
So
has a
I
nice
just
kick
love
to
that
it.
thing. What?
Slow fire but has some nice kick to it.
Yeah. So I got a beam assault rifle, and I love that thing to death. Even though it's only level 10, so I'm gonna out level it probably here and before too much longer. But it is a secondary, so I can use that on all my classes, which is nice.
They could maybe make us like purple modules. There's some special types that can change the type that something is.
Something like that. Yeah,
But
I
or
like to see.
then for min maxers, that'd probably end up with a situation though that you'd still just want to get a beam gun to begin with, and then you'd want to be able to use the purple module for whatever increases raw stats the most. Unless that's used as in addition to the stats, that might get tricky to balance, or just add a lot of spam for new modules. They'd have to figure
See,
that out a bit better.
I don't have a problem with that though. Like for people like me that are just trying to level up or whatever, if I want beam on my guns, if I have the proper resources to craft the things or whatever, I don't have a problem with that. I mean, for max minnows, of course they're not gonna want to, but
Hold on, just 1 second. Hello, Dirk. Huh. Bye-bye. 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 I hope you enjoyed your stay. Bye-bye. Get out of
Right,
here.
sure.
Why would you even click on this? Jesus. Go. just trolling. God, child. All right, now we can go. We can continue. Sorry.
Has anybody used the like cluster, the tri-scatter, the quad scatter, or the cluster
I have not been able to
grenade
find
launchers?
one, and I tried to
I haven't
craft
been
it,
able
and I
to
didn't
either.
get lucky with it.
Oh, so you can
No, I
craft it and
tried
hope
to
to
craft
Oh,
one. Since you can craft them and it can randomly be one, supposedly.
so you're
But
rolling
I
the
tried to
dice on
craft it
what
and it was
prefix
just a
you get.
normal grenade launcher, so.
I haven't seen them yet, and I don't want to know how expensive they are on the thing. Probably they're probably really expensive because of the rarity. Because I haven't seen any really.
I haven't seen
Have you guys?
any
You
either.
guys?
I,
Nope.
oddly enough, didn't check last time I was on.
Plot twist: Red 5 forgot to add them to the game. It's like, oh yeah, we actually forgot to add that to the loot tables. Oops.
Wouldn't be the first time it had happened, but I'm guessing it would have been mentioned by now if that was the case. I think I remember actually seeing something about them on a Reddit, so.
Well,
Have
Illumina
any of you
says they
guys?
are real, so the cluster and scatter grenade launchers are real. So he
Are
probably
they
has
real?
seen some.
Are they real? Are you sure? Really sure?
I don't know. Ask Illumina in chat.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
I haven't
Illumina
seen any.
knows a shit. Like, what's up, man?
Cannonball is back, guys. Cannonball is back.
I hate that you can't have it and Afterburner, though.
I love Cannonball. I love it.
Every assault is Cannonball. I don't
It's
think there's a
so
single
Cannonball's
good.
awesome.
it came back. I don't think, except for Assault Haters. And Assault Haters, you know what? You can go play some other game because Assault is like one of the number one class types in this game.
If you would have
Arguably,
said that 2 years ago, I would have punched you in the face.
Yeah,
But
I loved Assault 2 years ago. I've always loved Assault.
assaults are just fun in general. I can understand the hate behind them though. Like, they are annoying. Like, there's no downplaying that. They get a lot of the really really cool abilities and mechanics and stuff like that. And then there are some classes that kind of just get left in the dust. Well, this one class gets stuck up on a pedestal, and
It's kind of the poster
Yeah.
child, yeah.
it is. It is. So them getting hate is kind of just like PewDiePie getting thousands and thousands of people that are just like, screw this guy, I hate him so much. Which actually I'm one of those people that is like, screw that guy, I hate him so much. But but the assaults are fun. Once you get into them, once you start actually like playing around using them and getting to like level 30 with one of them, yeah, no, they're a blast to play around with. Yeah, I don't know where I was going with this. You guys can jump in at any time.
Firecat is a lot of fun. I sat down with my Firecat when the event went on, and I was just like jumping around, flying around. Like I was just having fun with it. It was fun. And oh, by the way, people who like to level up really quickly, if you can get into the Chosen event this Sunday, you will level up so quickly. You level up like 3 or 4 times an hour, pretty easily. I really do hope that they extend like the time of the event because right now, unless you're like on top of the event, good luck trying to get to it and actually contributing majorly. Unless you're like right on top of it, you're not. It's probably not going to happen.
I actually have a question for you. Have either of you guys put a bunch of like force modules on the cannonball ability yet?
I haven't even touched the cannonball ability yet, to be completely honest.
Oh, that's a shame. That's a shame.
I haven't tried it either, so I don't know.
What's the result? Like, what happens if you max it with all force?
Oh, it goes so far, dude.
It's like boom. It's like no. It's like used for in duels to send people across maps. Like oh, you want to go to the other side of Broken Coal? Okay,
Oh,
let me just start a duel and boom.
It's funny because like if you have Inferno Dash and you have Inferno Dash and Cannonball, and you throw a bunch of force abilities on Cannonball, like you could literally use just those two abilities and almost get all the way up to the skybox. Like that's how far you go with that stupid ability. It's fun, that's for sure. But, oh man, you should see it though with some maxed force abilities. It's great.
Wait, come to think of it, does Cannonball work with deployment bonuses like Afterburner does?
Nope.
Damn. That'd be OP, but that'd still be kind of
Yeah.
interesting.
Yeah. No, I know. I tried. That was the very first thing that I tried on the PTS. I was like, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Oh, damn it. Oh well, time for force.
Yep. Has anybody tried the new armor supply station yet for engineers?
Mm,
Sounds
I
interesting. It
haven't played
sounds
Engineers in a while.
I
So.
haven't
okay.
touched mine
Nope.
very much. And the past week, I
Yeah,
only jumped onto
I
my
thought I would love
Electron for like
Bastion.
2 minutes.
See, I thought I'd love Bastion. I tried Bastion. I was kind of like, meh, this is okay. Like, it's kind of, meh, this is. I'm actually not
It's
thrilled about
great
it.
for
I have been
AFKing.
really liking Arsenal.
I'd say that it used to
In
be
Bastion,
slightly
it feels.
funner with how the game's AI, like the number of enemies and the before that the level differencing. It used to be a bit more interesting when you could place them up on trees and you'd be a bit more, mobile, moving your stuff around type of deal. It felt a bit more entertaining then. Right now, it seems like they're just everything because since they added the scaling, it's, you can have 10 mini turrets now type of deal and three main turrets, heavy turrets. It just makes it so that it doesn't feel quite as satisfying to deal with each individual turret as it used to. That's just my personal view.
To be fair,
Yeah.
as soon as Arena PvP comes back, Bastion is going to be freaking fantastic, though. It's
It's
Yeah.
like,
getting really annoying, but
oh,
yeah.
oh man,
It will be annoying.
you have no idea. Like in Arena PvP, that was my funnest class to defend the ballroom in Jetball with, just because it
It
was
was the
literally
most
just like
annoying one.
turret, 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 turret,
I was one of the
shield
people that
thing.
never had problems fighting bastions in PvP. Like I'd play bastion and sure I could beat the crap out of a lot of people because most people
Mm.
don't notice turrets. But after once I got used to keeping an eye on turrets and once you learn the maps, you know where to look. And if there's not like three people right on your ass, so you actually have a chance to deal with turrets, usually it was a fairly easy frame to deal with most people. It came down to how good they are at using their main gun as well.
No.
You want to know why? It was the best at defending the ballroom, though. Your right
Because it
click drained
reliably
their
hits.
enemy. No,
That
no,
was
no.
the insane part.
The
They
right
can't jet
click.
up into it. That was broke in my opinion.
Oh, it was so good though. It was so good. So your
But
right
it does
click, it
enough for
drains
the person
energy, so
who's
you can't
screaming,
use your jump
trying
jets.
to get up into the hoop, but they can't even reach it.
I'm
That is
stuck, dude.
not
It's
good.
right
That's just
there.
broken.
Throw it. Throw it. Get the 1 point. Throw the fucking ball, okay? Just like stop trying to jump. If you're getting hit by a damn bastion, and he's using his right click on you, he's not doing damage. Just hold
Those
right click,
turrets
throw
aren't
that ball
continuously
up
doing
there, get the
damage.
1 point. 1 point is better than none, so.
But that's just kind of it's like there's a necessity and it just I don't know. It's like if you don't the satisfaction of going through the hoop yourself was in my opinion one of the big draws. So whenever I'd encounter bastions, it just kind of ruined the fun for me.
Well, that sucks for you, but it was great for the Bastion.
Sure it was.
That Bastion player was just like, look at this guy is trying to jump through that hoop. Right
That's why I always
click.
pack Afterburner so I could still make it through.
Yeah.
Yeah, I also mostly played Assault because you just get if you needed it, you just get that little boost and you could get away. But yeah,
If
those were good times.
if I was attacking by myself, then I would pick a Firecat. If I was just because its corridors are very small and Firecat's AoE was amazing at the time. Not Yeah, well, it's still pretty good now, but not nearly as good as it was back then. But so that was the one that I would go for when I was playing by myself. Now, if I was playing with a friend, what I would do is I would go as a dragonfly, and I'd have him go on like a rhino or more tanky type class, and I would literally just like stick to his ass and bam, heal, 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 heal. Come on, fly through that hoop. Heal, 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 heal. Oh shit, I'm dying. All right, I'm good. Heal, heal, heal. And it was just funny because we'd have like their entire team on just me and him, and we were just like, oh god, come on, come on, come on, come on, jump through that hoop. Yeah. It was great. I miss it.
Yeah,
Because everybody would always focus on him. Like, they wouldn't even try and kill me because people are stupid. Hey, what up, Wizard? You missed it. I plugged COC earlier. Damn. I should probably do that again at a later point. But yes, continue. Somebody say something. Stop
All
looking
right,
at me.
where are we
I'll
on?
Have you
The
replay.
guys
5
played
events.
the Pinata Frenzy event yet?
Right. 5 additional dynamic events is, I think, what we're on to now.
Yeah, have you
Since
guys
we've
played the
talked about the
Pinata one yet?
abilities. Have not found a pinata.
Okay. Over Call Force, they are everywhere, I feel
Yeah.
like.
I've
They
been
are pretty
mostly Devil's
popular.
Dusk, so yeah, I haven't seen
They're
them.
pretty common. They're fun, but it feels like certain types just demolish them, and then other types have a hell of a time. Like the Dreadnought, in general, the Dreadnought classes have no problem, but then classes like the Recon classes and the Assault classes, to a certain extent, have a problem with them because the way that they trigger, it seems like if you have a fast firing weapon that is pretty accurate, you can really tase them down and take them down quickly, which is really annoying because if there's 3 or 4 of you trying to yell at pinatas that are running around,
Yeah.
and you're in an assault and you're up against Dreadnought, the Dreadnought's just gonna freaking just kind of swing his gun back and forth and just take all of them up and just rake in the loot while you're sitting there trying to get single shots off and missing once or twice you'll just won't get any loot. But it is a fun event. I like the idea of it and I like the loot. So
Is it
It's really great. It's just if you have a slow firing weapon, you get also I think nearly more loot, or at least it seems like it. So it's quite funny to just shoot at one and all the loot drops behind you. So that's a lot of fun.
yeah, I like it.
is it as satisfying as the goblins in Diablo 3?
I don't know. I
More,
haven't played Diablo 3.
more
They're
thing
more
because
satisfying?
more
'Cause
satisfying because as you hit them, they're spewing out crystite and they're spewing out whatever iron ore or whatever
well,
and
so did
it feels really nice.
the goblins. I mean, like that was my favorite part about Diablo. Was I don't talk
Yeah,
about Diablo all that much, but every now and then there are some good things about that game. And the loot pinata, the goblins were probably one of my favorite parts. There's nothing more satisfying than walking up and sneaking up on one of these assholes in a dungeon, and you're just like, he's got a pack on him. Yes, I see shiny. I'm gonna get him. I'm good. All right, right click. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. And like gold's just falling, and he's running. He's just like, oh shit, this guy's gonna get me. No, it's my gold. And then when you finally kill him, all this gold everywhere, a bunch of loot, all that stuff, and you're just like, loot. I love
do
it.
you know what in my opinion makes the pinatas better in Firefall? The
Hmm.
pinatas will talk to you as you're killing them. Like I forget what exactly they say, but they'll say stuff like, "Ow, why are you hurting me? Stop it!" Like they're like running around, like, "Stop hitting me!" and stuff, and you're like, "No, I need my loot. Give me my loot."
Give
This
me
robot
to loot.
abuse.
You're an asshole.
You robot, you have no soul. Give me your delicious loot. They also seem to spawn like if you've seen in Call Force, there are a few places where there'll be like the safes in the wall or whatever. And I think if you
Mm.
press E near it, sometimes it'll occasionally spawn one, or you'll see one just kind of like randomly moving around like indoors or whatever, and you can kill those, and those are
Mm.
pretty cool. And they give you loot and stuff. I like
Hmm.
it.
Yeah, those were the first introduction of the
They were added as
Pin
just a
Pinata.
mutator for Ares missions.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that's okay. That would do it. Yep. The civilian rescue. I don't think they added rewards to that event
I don't know.
because
Wasn't that in already or?
that as far as I know, that only spawns one location. It spawns all the way in the upper right hand corner over there by the thing in Coral Reef, over there by the watchtower. It
There
spawns
should
all the way out in the middle of nowhere. You get out there, you kill the guys. The guys give you experience. You open up all the cases for all the guys. They say thanks, and you don't have usually you press N and you have the little loot screen and it says here's your 10k, 20k, 30k experience or whatever, and
Mm.
here's all your crystite and all that stuff. It doesn't do that. Like it gives you like a little tiny bit of crystite, and it seems like they just don't have
the end
rewards
reward
for it.
doesn't trigger for the event is the problem.
Right.
Yeah, so it's
You
just
just
bug.
So yeah, and it's kind of like, and it's one thing if you're kind of walking through, but it's kind of out in the middle of nowhere, so you have to actually actively go out there and do it.
Hmm.
So I'd like to see. I like the idea of it. It's kind of cool, you know. You kind of got to open up the cases and save them and whatnot. It's not like a. It's not like a um really unique event, but it's still cool. It's still fun. I like it. But without rewards, it's kind of like, why am I
You're
doing
wasting
this
your time.
again?
Screw these civilians.
Like,
I'm gonna go shoot Chosen in the
like, can I
face.
can I kill these civilians so that nobody comes over here? Can I just can I just blow up their
They'll
cases and
respawn.
kill all of them?
All right.
Like,
Well,
yeah.
I actually got a question for you guys then.
Mhm.
Since it seems pretty mixed about how you guys feel about certain events and stuff like that. Um, and this is to chat too, so if you guys have any suggestions or ideas, by all means, throw them in. What are events that you guys would love to see? Like, what kind of events? Anything in particular that pops into your head and you're just like, oh my god, it would be awesome if they did this.
Yes, if the Chosen had tanks and if they were driving the tank around
Yeah,
on a
I knew that would
rampage,
come.
then I would love to go and try and stop the tanks.
Chosen,
I've
chosen,
spent way too much time drawing
HG.
Chosen tanks.
Yeah, I love that you got the little doodle right
HGs.
there too. Like, oh my god, I love these chosen tanks. They're so awesome.
I've been having a lot of fun. Like Chosen, there's stuff you can. There's a lot of awesome stuff that you can do with how their designs work. So yeah, I've been having a lot of fun sketching stuff with them. But
Nice.
it's just something like that, some type of big potent event. I like those types of things. Fighting. As far as it goes on, like the idea of around civilians, sure, rescuing's them all right, but the problem is that with how the world is set up, it's like you rescue some NPCs that randomly spawn, and then they'll randomly disappear a few seconds later, and then they'll randomly respawn there again. It's not like you rescue some NPCs who will run back to town and you can, follow them back and protect them from stuff. It's not like that. They don't, contribute. It just doesn't feel satisfying to save people when they're literally 2 second characters, as far as I can tell.
Mm.
I have
Lucas, you
you.
got one?
Did any of you get?
Or Timothy? Any
Did any of you
ideas?
get to play the incursion events during the Chosen? I know, Nakiato, you didn't get a chance to play the Chosen event. But for those of you who played the Chosen event, did you get any incursions? That's the one where you have like the one, it's like a giant beam that holds up. I think it's called like the Warbringer or whatever, and there's like these shield generators. There's like 5 or 6 shield generators around it, and there's a timer, and each time the timer flips up and one of the generators becomes vulnerable.
Yeah, you have a shield disruptor in the center that you have to protect.
Yeah.
It will neutralize one at a time, and then once you get rid of all those, you can destroy the Warbringer. They're up all the time in Devil's Tusk, for the record. It's just that they were only
Yeah.
in the other areas.
Yeah. If
during-
Okay.
if you were higher level, you would actually know that those are in the
I'm
game
an
and have
alcoholic,
been in the
okay?
game for a long time.
I almost have
Yeah.
all my frames at level 10 now. So soon. I see. The way I see it is, as soon as all my characters are level 10, I don't have to worry about the areas that are below 10, and then I can slowly but surely not have to worry about entire areas. But yeah, I think it's a good. I like the idea of it. I just don't like that it's kind of time gated. I like almost the idea of something like the tornadoes more, where you're not only trying to kill the melding creatures below, but you're also trying to destroy the the floating what do they call those? The meteorite, whatever they are,
yeah, the
melding
shards.
meteorites. The shards, that's
Yeah.
what they're called. Thank you.
Well, is the one you have
And you're
to
kind of trying to
hunt
balance it
specific
while
targets.
still.
This is meant to be a defense objective. They're intentionally meant as completely different mechanics is the idea. So
Yeah, I don't.
Mm.
I still like the idea of like the tornadoes balance of it. You know what I'm saying? Because so you should have a couple people trying to kill the monsters and a bunch of people trying to get rid of the thing, but then you have to kind of work with everybody to try to get the event done in time. Because I've had a couple times where, or at least once where nobody showed up. Like there was like 2 or 3 of us, and we were giving it all we got at the shards, and like 10 minutes later, it's just like, oh yeah, it's done. We're done. Even though you had a whole bunch of shards at like 10%, we don't care. It's over, and we're like,
Yeah, that
thanks.
happens. That's nothing new.
But
I wonder.
don't know.
They have introduced Chosen Death Squad again, and they wrote in the patch note Devil Tusks. So are they only in Devil Tusk or also in Coral Forest? And
during
are they
the
the same in Devil Tusks?
Yeah, during the
Or are
Chosen
they a
attack,
bit
they were
different?
everywhere to my knowledge. But in Devil's Tusk,
Yeah.
you'll find them just popping up every so often, going after a player. It's you got an executioner, big dude, chases after you, has an interesting ability to try and like pull you in towards him from a
Mm.
distance,
Yeah,
and then
he's
he's
kind
got
of a
his little
jerk.
squad of guys, and I feel like they might have actually made them weaker though, because like I used to always go and solo them with my most of my frames, but it's like I engaged them and twice in a row this happened. That was like yesterday that I found these. I'd walk up and there's an executioner and I'm fighting him. I kill him in a couple seconds with my mammoth, and then I also kill the guys around him. But the entire time, my health never actually dropped from maximum health for some reason.
Okay.
So I'm not
Maybe
sure
it's
if
just
they.
the scaling that isn't really applied
Yeah, I think that they
properly.
might not have something. But I didn't even lose. Like my health didn't even flicker. It was just the bar didn't show up. That only happens when you don't take any damage for several seconds. And he has a laser minigun, and there's all these other guys shooting. So I wasn't sure what was up with that. But that happened twice with each of them that I found.
Could have just been
So
bugged.
maybe I like them because it used to be like if you just go one head on, if you just stand there, that laser gun, if he gets an accurate beat on you, you die fast, regardless of what frame you were. That's how it used to be. So I'm guessing I maybe was a bug or something, but they're
Maybe.
they're fun enemies though because they do yank you around and stuff at the least.
Would you like to know the event that I would like to see?
Sure.
So I've thought about this for a long time, and I would love to see
Tanks?
this. Uh, actually, Luke,
Thanks.
you might remember this from old Fire Fan meetup that we had one time. Um, so you know how Chosen during the incursions they spawn the cannons that fire at the POI, right?
Mm.
Okay, so what if both the Chosen and the Accord had their own versions? And you know how we have the big gigantic ship that we donated for, right?
That thing that just floats and does
Yeah,
nothing.
that just floats and does nothing up in the sky. You know, we have that. Well, I would like to see a chosen version of that, not the dark slips, but like a big ass one that could take on our SS. I forgot what the hell it's called, SS something.
Better yet, just get
Um,
like 8 dark slips and actually make them so that they deal damage.
I'm not done. Hold on. So add some kind of like shield mechanic to both of them, both the chosen version and our version, and then make it so every now and then when the chosen one comes out of the melding and comes to wipe us all out, we have to try and take positions to where we can take down the shields on the chosen version and actually go inside of the ship, kind of like the portal for the tornadoes. So you activate something to get up inside of it. It's just a little arc porter.
Did you ever play
Get in there.
Battlefield 2142?
I did, and it was fantastic. That's
Because this
exactly
sounds a lot like
it
this.
is.
I
It is.
love.
It's like Titans. It's like Titan mode. Pretty much exactly what it is. But you have two different versions. You have like attack versus AI, or you have defend versus AI.
So
That
yeah,
would be.
Accord has giant anti-air cannons stationed around to try and intercept and knock down the shields. You have to
Yep.
defend against both ground forces and air and other stuff attacks. And it tries to slowly make its way in. Meanwhile, you could have the Accord one is just sitting back at base, which points to general defense. They could also have it like the Accord one is hunting after theirs, or maybe they're just both in an outright engagement and they just fly next to each other and start broadsiding. And that would be kill any player who's standing in that area, but that'd be fun.
Wouldn't that be fun? Wouldn't that be a
That would be
blast?
awesome.
And actually, it wouldn't hit the servers all too hard either, because if you have the inside of the ships as separate zones, just like the tornadoes like I was talking about, that means it's not going to be server load on that particular server that everybody's on where the ships are in the first place. So
Yeah, and because it's two major units, it's not pathing for a whole bunch of individual units,
Yep.
depending on how many spawns they have to get for the event to work. Because if there's an anti-aircraft station, but if they have 20 Accord guarding it and 50 chosen attacking it, that will be taxing. So
Mhm.
it depends on how that part works. But yeah. By the way,
I
giant
want it.
ships fighting, but right now, like just the immediate thing is to make it so the dark slips can actually damage you because you stand there in the raid right now and they fire shots at you and you don't even notice. It's like a light rain. Their main cannon, that thing, as near as I can tell, doesn't even target players. It just randomly shoots. So
Mhm.
they need to make those things actually be like a serious danger and then they can use them for stuff.
Mhm. But yeah, that was just my suggestion. Just
And I am in agreement.
do it. I'd seriously give them $100 for that.
Yeah,
No, I'm not
well,
saying it should be paid
developing
DLC.
such an event would cost more than $100.
Actually,
Me,
no,
me
because
as
think
a
about it.
single
They've already got
person.
the asset for the one, for the unit creation, for the art assets. One chosen ship, depending on how they decide to design it with detail and stuff, may or may not be too much, and who knows if they've got stuff lying around. The actual scripting of the event, depending on how complicated they make it, may or may not be a lot. Because if it's as simple as having artillery station that just launches preset attacks at a single
Mhm.
preset point for the thing pokes out of the melding, gets shot at, and then returns, simple like that, it would take a bit of work, but it wouldn't be a massive amount of effort. That'd probably be a fairly good investment in time to effort. But if they try and have like they're flying around the map all over the place, hunting each other down, that would take a lot more effort. So
I
Yeah.
bet you anything.
I
There's
don't
one
know.
of the developers just sitting in chat right now, like, "You're an asshole. You're saying that my job's easy. Pff, this is
I'm
crap.
not saying it's
I
easy. I'm just
dare,
saying
I
that there are
dare
some
you
ways
to
that you can try
try."
and catch up
Okay.
I'm just
stuff.
saying it will be a lot of hours of work to get
I'm not denying
implemented
that.
and
I've
to get
modded games.
tested,
I've
and
done some
so it
stuff
was
before.
cost a lot.
It
But
takes time. If I could, I'd love to get my hands in there and start trying to implement stuff in the Firefall stuff. But I don't think that. Hey, if there's any devs watching, I would not mind being an intern at R5 Studios. Seriously, that would be awesome.
screwing up the game and such.
I don't like to screw stuff up. I mean, it can be fun,
Ah.
but I like actually making cool, badass things. So badass tank, badass gunship, badass whatever. It can be a giant crab that has a cannon on its back.
+1. I'd pay for that. I'd buy that for $1. No, nope. Nobody's gonna say anything off that reference.
Nope.
All right, all right.
You just ruined the stream. Goodbye, everybody. No, sorry.
Kidding me? That movie is amazing.
So, did you hear that tomorrow on Friday on the stream they will give away stuff again? And apparently it's a digital deluxe pack. And did they say more? I don't know. But it will definitely be interesting.
I
If you're-
will win one of those
Time.
one day. Oh.
One day.
All right, actually, I gotta do it. I gotta do it tomorrow before the the why am I not thinking of words right now? Words with the things and the modifiers. Tomorrow before the Red 5 stream for Firefall Live, Lane over at Community of Chaos is going to be dressing up as a chick, and he is going to be streaming some Firefall and possibly giving away stuff. I don't know. Maybe, possibly. So
Define dressing up as a chick.
he
Yeah.
has a wig. He has a program that modifies his voice to sound like a chick. He has like a corset thing and breasts. Yeah, no, he's legitly dressed up as a
Very necessary, yeah.
yeah, yeah. Uh, I watched him stream beating Kanaloa dressed like that, and I was just like, oh god!
Scarred for
But I
life,
couldn't.
can't
But
unsee.
but I couldn't stop laughing inside, so I would definitely
Yeah.
click on that just to see what that's like, to see his
Lemons, if
interaction.
that scars you, you haven't spent enough time on the internet.
I know, right?
I'm not talking about myself. I'm talking about some
I got-
people.
I got some links for you, man. I got. Oh man,
Please don't share them in chat.
BME Pain Olympics? You ever look that up?
I have some recommendations for horrible movies if no
Oh,
one's
God.
interested in.
Yeah, I think I should mention that IGN right now is doing their giveaway for starter packs. So if you are getting into Firefall right now, it's a great thing to do because it gives you a whole bunch of stuff, including 100 red beans, which you probably can get 2, maybe 3 frames with, depending on what you want. If you trade
Is
it,
IGN still doing that right now?
they just restocked all their keys.
Oh, okay.
Just now, or
Like I just grabbed a key.
Nice.
Like,
okay?
Okay, so everybody watching right now, as much as
Yeah,
I
if
hate
you're live-
IGN, go to IGN right now and get yourself a free pack. It's 100 red beans. It's a cute little, pet, stuff like that. Just go, get it now.
Go if you don't have it yet, go grab it. Or if you have it, grab it and give it to a friend who you know could use it or something.
Look at
Because
that,
honestly, it's awesome.
Mister sitting on a couch gaming. James Bossman has linked it.
My God. Yep. Go follow that link. Go get your key. If you don't have it, give it to yourself. If use it yourself. If you have a friend who could use it, give it to a friend. And the good news is also if you really want to get the medium ground vehicle and all the battle frames and whatnot, you can upgrade for $70, and that's what I ended up doing.
Hmm.
Or you can
And
win
it is
tomorrow at the live
totally
stream.
worth it. Totally worth $70. It's totally so much more than just paying for a like. If you compare it to like a new game, this has so much content compared to whatever you'd probably pay full price for a game for.
Well, I've been streaming Destiny a lot, and I can tell you that Firefall has more content than Destiny right now. Except for Destiny has Arena
Content?
PvP, so I'm just going to go ahead and say that they kind of even themselves out in that way. Nudge, Red 5, nudge.
If you
Although,
read did you read the article that got put up on what was that Massive or something? Either way, yeah, it's on the to be worked on, but not immediate. Pretty much just been confirmed again,
Yeah,
like had
yeah.
been
No,
earlier.
I read that, but to me that was very much just like, hey guys, we're thinking about it still. Do you like this little tease? No? Oh, okay. Well, just stick around for a little while longer. You
well,
know,
and in
we said
Firefall's
the same
defense,
thing a year ago. You know, you still don't have it
they
yet, but
Destiny is horrible. I've heard about balance. Like there are
oh,
certain
are you kidding
classes
me?
that
It's
are
so much fun, dude.
just destroying the fields, and there's other classes that you're like, "Pfft, go report this guy because he's playing a so and so class. We're gonna lose because of him. It's like,
Okay,
Does that just
no,
mean that he
so
doesn't know how to use it, right?
yeah,
Most
no,
likely.
so I'm just gonna say this right now. Balance in that game actually feels really, really good. I have played uh both the classes for the Hunter. I played both the classes for the Titan. I haven't played Warlock yet, but it feels solid. It feels nice. You can play any of them, and you have roughly the same kind of abilities. You have the same kind of grenades. Like everything seems really, really balanced. People that are complaining about shit like that seriously just don't know how to play.
I'm
It's
thinking that's
seriously
the
that
thing when
simple.
someone says assault's OP, assault's OP, this guy's assault, that's why he's killing everyone, even though they themselves are getting killed by the same assault despite playing assault as well.
I made a
Yeah,
good
every
video.
class is OP.
I made a good video like a year ago that actually it was titled that every
Yeah, I
class is
remember.
OP. Yeah,
I've
yeah.
watched it. It was kind of
It
funny.
it basically just said that like if you're seriously complaining about stupid shit like this, it's just because you don't know how to play the game. It's that simple. Like you are finding excuses for you not being good. Now, that's not to say there are not some balance issues in Firefall, because that's for damn sure. We do have balance issues, but it's impossible for every single class to be overpowered. It's impossible because if every class was overpowered, then we would be balanced.
That just means everyone
So
is fun together.
that's
yeah,
the
Or
closest way of
everyone's
balancing
pissing everyone
everything.
off. Either way.
So if something's weak, just buff everything across the board to be just overpowered as all hell. And since everything is overpowered, nothing is overpowered.
that's just a terrible,
Okay.
terrible way to balance your game, sir. I actually had a
Okay, so
conversation with the Red
guys,
5 developer about that.
the events that are coming up in the next while. The Electron weekend is this weekend. If you like to try Electron, it is a I don't I like support classes, but I'm not a huge fan of the Electron. But if you like support classes and you want to try it out, by all means, go and play it. And it's 25% EXP boost, and if you have VIP, I believe it's 150% thing total, including the 100 that you get just from playing the game. But you get 50% EXP boost, which is always nice. Um, keep up with Firefall news.
Have you mentioned the or no, you haven't mentioned it. The social media push that they're doing right now?
Yeah, Can we get
They're
a drop?
already at power level 2.
Can we
if
get
you
a
need
drop
to
in
fit the stuff.
chat for that?
So it's
Yeah, they're trying to. Well, and what happened was last time, it was on AMD. Like they were trying to do it with the AMD replay, which for people who like me who have an AMD, a decent AMD card, that's great. But for people who have NVIDIA, they're like, that doesn't work with my graphics card. Like that completely does not benefit me at all. And like
are you talking about
I can,
Raptor?
yeah, the Raptor thing, and I'm like,
You can install
I'm
Raptor on
not.
anything.
It's I'm I'm not okay with them doing this, but to be fair, it is an AMD enhanced game, and AMD definitely was throwing some money at this game at least a little bit to say, hey, make this game so that it works well on AMD cards, and we'll make sure that you can get some coverage from us. There was definitely some handshaking going on between them and AMD, so I mean, you kind of gotta expect that that's gonna happen.
Yeah, it's obviously it's it's in every game company that you just from somewhere
Yeah,
you have to get money and support, and that's how they do it. And I think
exactly.
I find it always funny if I like upgrade my AMD driver and I see some Firefall pictures pop up. It's like, oh, I know this game. So it's quite funny as well. So
It's not like I
I
haven't been
not
making
updated
videos
my
for it for 2
drivers in
years
way
now.
too long.
yeah.
That's why I find it
What was I
funny
gonna
every
say?
time I go to like a MMO news site or something, and it's just like Firefall plastered everywhere, and I'm just like, you guys are now just catching on? Like shit. I
Well, they
told
only
you this
finally
2 years
started
ago.
throwing a bunch of money into an ad campaign recently with the launch, so
Yeah.
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 Did you also
So,
see the social media screenshot sharing contest that's again on
Did they
Sunday?
did they start that back up?
Yeah,
yeah,
it's
they
again
did.
for the
I am going to
28th.
log in, take a screenshot, post it, and tweet the shit out of that. I want that Rocat gear, man. Like seriously.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
I
You,
love
you
my new
can
headphones
win.
and stuff, but I need a new
You can win
keyboard.
digital deluxe edition for Firefall, or also the Rocket. It's the whole set, like keyboard, headset, mouse pad. So
Mm-hmm.
if you want to win that, you have to do some screenshotting and tweeting and social
Screenshot,
mediaing.
Media.
tweet. It's seriously like 5 buttons. Like click, 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 done.
If you're connected in game, it's just you take a screenshot and you can use your notifications key and then left click and you'll auto post it.
Mhm.
I just don't because I'm not a fan of most of the tweeting and other things. But some people have problems, but most people it seems don't these days.
Alright. So I normally hate stuff like that. I can't stand it, honestly. The only reason why I use it is because it's a great way to promote the shit out of yourself. No, it's like I'm serious. Like you don't know how many
Yeah,
tweets
sure.
I've gotten. Just like, oh hey,
Yeah.
when are you gonna put this video up, or when are you gonna do something like this, or hey, maybe we should get together and do this sometime. All right, well, let's just tweet, 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 tweet. Nice talking to you. So
Yeah, Twitter is quite nice to get in contact with the people. I
yeah,
think with other social media, you don't always get so close, but with tweets, it's just one-on-one communication often, and that's kind of interesting.
it's one-on-one conversation that people can watch.
Yeah,
It's weird. It's really weird.
Well,
Um,
you can also message in private, but
yeah.
nobody does
Are-
that. No.
Are we done?
Sometimes.
Are we trying to get out of here now or something?
Yeah.
Something like our time is getting
Oh,
up.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
yeah,
By all
yeah, we're at just
means,
about an hour and a half, and we usually try to stick it to about an hour
lemons,
and a half.
do your thing, sir.
Okay, so yeah, guys, Firefall Live, I believe it is that's usually right before this episode. This episode. Oh no, it's tomorrow now.
It's
We
tomorrow.
used to be right. It used to be because it used to be right before, but then we switched times because of scary. So yeah, tomorrow is Firefall Live. Make sure to listen to that. Make sure to watch that. All the cool tidbits that Firefall likes to throw at people is usually in that.
They're gonna have content designer Dave Lee on, by the way, so look forward to that if you're interested.
Mm-hmm.
They have him. Yeah. So yeah. So yeah, make sure to keep up on the news. There's a whole bunch of events going on in Firefall. Keep up with the news. Check out Firefall Live. Check out the event this Sunday if you're not sleeping or working this Saturday, or if you don't have life getting in the way. Come on down, play the chosen
I
event.
know
You
that
can still
feeling.
get your you can still get the decal, you can still get the war paint, you can still get the title, and if even if you've gotten all that stuff again, you can still get another 7 days of VIP. So even if your VIP is about to run out,
Are they
if
gonna
you
let you
finish the
just keep
event,
stacking that? I wonder if they're gonna do something with that.
It
I don't
sounds like
know.
they're gonna
I
do
have
something with that.
yeah, I don't think it's gonna be every weekend. I'd like to see it once a month though. I think once a month would be more than fair, especially if it was a couple days.
Be
Because a
legit.
couple days. If it was Saturday and Sunday, every 4 weeks or whatever, I'd like that.
They
I
might
think
just crank
that
it down to a 3-day VIP or 2-day or something, but
See, I
I wouldn't
like
think.
the idea of the 7 day though, because if they do that like once a month or they do that every other week, then one of the biggest complaints about the game to people, oh, there's no transportation. Well, now they got 7 days worth of a glider, so I'd say keep it up. Maybe not every week you get 7 days, but you
Yeah,
know
that would kind of defeat the purpose of.
that would defeat the
Who's
purpose.
going to
But
bother buying a backlog that's never gonna disappear?
yep,
Oh
but
I'll
yeah,
right,
just
so
I'll
like
always
you
have two
might
months
not be able
of
to
two
attend.
months of buffer time waiting on my VIP. That'd be pretty awesome. I wouldn't complain, but I think Red 5 probably wants to actually make some money off
They
of this game at some point.
profit. I
at
want Red 5
some
to make a
point.
profit because if they don't, then they
Right.
can't make the game.
Well, and
Oh
that's why
man,
I was like, it's $70 for somebody who works minimum wage like I do. That's a lot of money. It's kind of like $70 is a lot of money. But then when I really sat down, I said, okay, I love Firefall, and I want to support the devs because Red 5 are probably the best devs I've ever seen in any game ever. So I said, you know what? I'll have fun with it. I put down the money, and I've been playing the game to
they
death over the weekend.
they need their Kraken. Damn it, give them money. Okay,
Yeah, dude.
They need to
yeah.
get the wiki whackers. Those
All
things
right,
Yeah,
do
yeah,
incredible
dude. They need their
things.
wiki whackers.
they do. Oh
Seriously,
man, wiki
if I ever
whackers.
went to Red 5, I'd totally buy them around beers. I would totally buy them around
I
beers.
You can just
tried
send
that,
them
and then
alcohol.
Frank just went ahead and bought alcohol for everybody. So it is
Damn it,
impossible to
Frank!
buy them alcohol.
I like you.
God, Frank, why do you have to be so awesome and cuddly and shit and buy alcohol for everybody? I mean,
This is why
God.
everybody loves you.
Oh man. Oh, he didn't even. Okay, so I think I'm allowed to talk about this.
Let's hope you are.
So you need to see their stash of alcohol in the office. It is ridiculous. It is seriously like 5 bottles of rum, 5 bottles of vodka, 10 bottles of whiskey, so on and so forth. Like it is just alcohol, and then a fridge just for like mixers for the alcohol, like monsters and orange juice and pineapple juice and so on and so forth. So it's just like this is an entire bar. This is awesome.
Yeah,
I got
it's the
trashed.
tiki bar.
I got really, really trashed.
Someone is
Oh
And
driving
that's
home, I
that's
hope.
what's worse about
no.
things that like taste good, like margaritas or hot ciders or whatever, is you start drinking and you don't realize how much alcohol is in that thing, and all of a sudden you're like, "Oh man, whoa, what's going on?" I'm like, "Oh wait, these things are alcoholic, duh." Like you don't think about it until you're like, "Oh crap."
Hey, people
And
like to
that
make fun of
really
me for
sucks if you're
drinking.
driving home, or
Yeah,
you're
people
supposed to be
like to
driving
make fun
home.
of me for drinking like bitch drinks and whatnot. Or sorry if that's offensive. Girly drinks. Yes, that one. People make fun of me for ordering like girly drinks, nice fruity ones and stuff like that. Those taste awesome, and you want to know what? You get trashed off of them real quick
Oh,
because you can chug them like no nothing. Oh, that was candy. That was delicious. I want another, sir. And then by the end of the night,
I I love hot cider. I could drink hot cider all day, but I'd be by like noon, I'd be like, "Oh man, uh." But yeah, um, enough.
all right, gotta
So
get the
Enough.
hell out of here.
I'm gonna talk to James. If
Uh,
you guys are up for it, and I'm assuming everybody in here is over 21. Yes, 21 or older. Yes,
yeah, but I don't
Uh,
of
drink.
legal drinking age
uh,
in the country.
I
It's
would
18
not do
here,
any
so
time. I wouldn't do any type of like drinking promotion on the channel.
Yeah,
No,
I
but
don't drink myself, so
At
if
least
James
not
will
with
allow me,
associate.
either we're gonna do it like on my channel and our individual channels, or if
bye bye
James will allow it on
everyone.
Sitting on Couch
This
Gaming,
may not
go follow
continue
all of us,
long.
and then we'll let you know if this happens. But I do seriously want to do like drinking Firefall like live, like we play Firefall while we're drinking, and like every time we complete an event, take a shot, take a swig, or whatever, and then
I'll
I think that could be real interesting.
I'll set something up on the
Lemons, there's
forums.
something in the
I'll
chat posted for you.
Yeah, okay. Okay, guys, we'll see you later. This
all
has
right.
been in Melding. Follow all of us, people, and
Uh,
see you guys next.
Brontodon,
yeah, he's Brownodon. Lucas,
YouTube.
plug your stuff. Lucas,
and
plug it.
here's rar4firefall.com, and
Uh-huh.
we're also Army in game.
And I'm Nakiato, you guys know me, my channel over at D3ADZOMBI3 for my YouTube or slash Nakiato for my Twitch. And don't forget to follow Lane tomorrow morning before the stream with Community of Chaos. He is going to be dressed as a chick and speaking like a chick, so that's going to be entertaining like none other. I definitely suggest to check that out. If you want to, watch some Firefall tonight, we got Norgs going on. NORG0Z. Really funny guy. Definitely suggest to check him out. You guys have a great one.